Probably one of the questions I get asked most is, so what was it like to wear that costume? Well, use your imagination, because 3PO looks great from the outside, always has done, especially the beautiful face. Yeah. And the wonderful structure, the Art Deco kind of shapes and scrolls and lines and so on, very, very beautiful from the outside. From the inside, totally the opposite. And, you know, building the costume up around me on the set every day, gradually starting from the middle and kind of working down, then working up for the chest and then the head. Gradually, I would lose my identity, and my view of course, the outside world would become totally blinkered through these little peepholes here. And I became kind of cut off from civilization. People would kind of wander into my eye line and try and talk to me, but I was there completely isolated, reminding myself how good I looked from the outside. The original suit for episode 4, as it became, was a nice try. You know, 6 months of making it didn't mean it was finished when we got out into the sands of Tatooine. And, you know, I waded through that movie, 12 weeks of shooting for me. And I really had to think when they came back and said, we're making another film. This suit pretty much remained the way it had been in the first film. So it was a bunch of fiberglass, very heavy. 1 or 2 bits of stuff got added, curlicues around the waist and so on. Oh yeah, the pants became one section, and they made a whole thing of the pants section, which I had to kind of wiggle into, and it made a unified piece. And one of the issues there, always with that section, is that the paint, the gold paint, would just crack off because bits of it had to move so I could actually walk. So that was the major change. And I think the head stayed pretty much as it was. The original head, when 3PO fell off a mountain when the Sand People attacked, you know, that had scars and so on down the front. This, I think, became a different kind of material, a kind of heavyweight plastic material, and the gold surface had improved. But one of the things you see here, which I think is kind of cute, is I remember the first day shooting, very, very shiny. So, you know, the painter would come up and bodge. I mean, coming at me with a cloth with shoe polish on, or a brush, and dabbing me with wax and shoe polish and so on. And even worse, dulling spray. Ooh, you know, hold your breath. So you can see a lot of the wax and so on, and that's there to stop camera reflections. Because you would be able to see the camera, or the crew, or the tea lady, or the nurse over there, all reflected in here. And on a daily basis, they would just, depending where the lighting was, come and bodge a bit more. And I'm in there going, yeah, it was a kind of odd feeling. But it also spoke to George's idea that 3PO had had adventures, that he wasn't brand new off the shelf. And of course, when I took it off, and I took this head off for the last time, I really thought that was going to be the last time, episode 6.